back to another episode of Vermont's 100 covered bridges. Today I'm at the Robbins Nest Bridge, which is in East Barre. So I'm venturing into a new county today. I'm in the Washington County. There are 12 bridges in this county. I'm going to do 4 today. These are the 4 that are sort of the most out of the way. The other 8 are quite close together. And on the way back, having done these 4, I'm going to pop into the town of Thetford and finish off the final 2 bridges that have been waiting to be finished in the county of Orange. So we have the Robbins Nest Bridge, built in 1962. The bridge is 63 years old, which is 1 year older than I am. Now there's one other sign I need to show you, and it's quite crucial with the filming of this video, and that is this one. So it's a private bridge and property, so I'm not going to go on this one. So the owner of the house was a man called Robbins. Now not only did he own the house, he decided to build this bridge himself so he could cross the Jail Branch River, so he could access his land the other side of the river. The bridge is 57 feet long and it is a Queen post truss. In 1990 there was a little structural repairs needed doing, and it went under a little bit of renovation. The Robbins family no longer own the property behind. It has new owners, but the Robbins Nest name of the bridge remains. So a little voiceover here, just going to sort of bring together a couple of sections of filming that I did. Now, the Robbins Nest Bridge is a replica of a previous bridge built near to this site that was damaged in the 1927 floods. Now, we talked about 1927 floods before recently, particularly at the Hammond Bridge, where the floods picked the bridge up and took it for a swim down the river. And here the floods took the bridge, which was called the Old Bridge, and it was completely destroyed. Now, checking on the Vermont Covered Bridge Society's website, it states that this original bridge was about 100 yards downstream. And I thought, okay, I'll check this out. And I checked another couple of sources, but pretty much they just cut and pasted what was in the Society's website, and it was the same text. So made my way about 100 yards or so downstream. There was a couple of houses on the same side of the river that I was on filming, but no indications of a previous bridge. And obviously it was 1927, so it was 98 years ago. But I was wondering, maybe, you know, there could still be a track there or something. So this was my way down, and we have a nice little tributary here flowing underneath the road, joining the river and heading under the bridge and downstream. So this is the Jail Branch River, and it's 16 miles long, and it rises in Washington in Vermont and comes here through East Barre into the town of Barre, where it joins the Stevens branch of the Winooski River. Now, quite a few sources that I checked before coming here listed this river as the Stevens River, but this is the Jail Branch River. I say it joins the Stevens branch of the Winooski River when it goes through Barre. Although what I find unusual is the Stevens branch is only 13 miles long, and I was under the understanding that when rivers meet, when they merge, they take the name from the longer of the two rivers, but in this case it takes the name of the Stevens branch, which is 3 miles shorter. After a further 6 miles, the Stevens branch of the Winooski River joins the Winooski River, which in turn enters into Lake Champlain. So I'm underneath the Robbins Nest Bridge, and as you can see behind, it's concrete abutments, although we've got a nice bit of stone on both sides, and then behind me it's just a basic concrete abutment from top to bottom. Just a closer look at the opposite side. And a look at the woodwork underneath. And a shot of the bridge from downstream. So naturally I was curious as to the name, the Jail Branch River. The only thing I could find is a reference where it said that the river took its name from the Jail River Dam. That would hopefully prevent East Barre and the town of Barre from being badly damaged again in a storm, as it was in 1927. Apparently it was the storm to end all storms. It set all records in the state that could be broken in terms of the storm smashing up a town. So I know that the US Army Corps built the dam, like they did many dams throughout the state. I'm just wondering whether they enlisted the help of local prisoners in a local jail to help build the dam and give it the name the Jail Branch River. That's the only theory I can throw in to the equation. If you know the reason why it's called the Jail Branch River, then please drop me a line and let me know. So the dam restricts the flow into the river. It's very low today. We haven't had rain for a while, but I imagine it gets going once all the tributaries fill up as well that are this side of the dam. But yeah, the dam keeps the towns safe. One final note about the river is apparently it's very clean. There's been very few instances of pollution in the river, and as a result it has a healthy population of wild trout. If you are coming to the bridge, across the road where I'm parked, it's just like a derelict, I don't know, former kind of sort of business that's not in business. So it is quite handy to park here. Obviously if you get a ticket, don't tell them that I said you could do it, but there's nobody here to say you can't. And however long you stay, you're going to be across the road from the bridge anyway, so nothing's going to happen to your car. So thank you for joining me on this episode. Hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, it's a private bridge, so I couldn't really go through it, which is fair enough. It's their bridge, they can happily do that. I did write to them, ask for permission to go through the bridge. I didn't get a reply, but when I looked at the number of the mailbox, it wasn't the same number that I wrote to, so maybe they didn't get the letter. Either way, it's up to them. It's within their rights not to reply. It's in their rights not to let anybody on there. What we can do is we can still look at it from the outside, and of course we can still go underneath it. Thanks very much again to Vermont's Covered Bridge Society for their help and support, and I'll see you next week, about 4 or 5 miles away, in the next episode. Bye.